Here we go. We're back at one page English practice, week 42 and day 3, because it's Wednesday. And it is, I think, 16th of October. So, here we go. On the page, more words. I'm gonna read this page because the arrow points this way. That's how I remember which page to read. Let's go for it. I better focus it. Oh, not there. I want to focus it. Here, yeah, that's right. Okay, focused. And off we go. Acknowledgement. Acknowledgement. An acknowledgement is a statement or action which recognizes that something exists or is true. The President's resignation appears to be an acknowledgement that he has lost all hope of keeping the country together. The acknowledgements in the book are the section in which the author thanks all the people who have helped him or her. A gesture of acknowledgement, such as smile, shows someone that you have seen and recognized them. Fowling smiled in acknowledgement and gave a bow. An acknowledgement is a letter or message that you receive from someone, telling you that something you have sent to them has arrived. I have received neither an acknowledgement nor a reply. Acme. The acme of something is its highest point of achievement or excellence. Formal. His work is considered the acme of cinematic art. Acme, okay, that's a pretty cool word. I wonder what is the etymology of the word. Acne. If someone has acne, they have a skin condition which causes a lot of spots on their face and neck. Acolyte. An acolyte is a follower or assistant of an important person. Acolyte. To his acolytes, he is known simply as the boss. His acolytes. An acolyte is a follower or assistant of an important person. Acolyte. Interesting. Acorn. An acorn is a pale oval nut that is the fruit of an oak tree. Acoustic. An acoustic guitar or other instrument is one whose sound is pronounced without any electrical equipment. Acoustically based music. If you refer to the acoustics or the acoustics of a space, you are referring to the structural features which determine how well you can hear music or speech in it. Acoustically. The church is acoustically perfect. Acoustics is the scientific study of sound. Acoustic means relating to sound or hearing. Compare oral. Acoustic signals. Acquaint. If you acquaint someone with something, you tell them about it so that they know it. If you acquaint yourself with something, you learn about it. If you acquaint yourself with something, you learn about it. Efforts to acquaint the public with their rights under the new law. I want to acquaint myself with the strengths and weaknesses. I want to acquaint myself with your strengths and weaknesses. Acquaintance. An acquaintance is someone who you have met and know slightly but not well. The proprietor was an old acquaintance of his. If you have an acquaintance with someone, you have met them and you know them. He had met her through his acquaintance with Anne. Your acquaintance with the subject is your knowledge or experience of it. They had little or no acquaintance with philosophy or history. Acquaintance. When you make someone's acquaintance, you meet them for the first time and get to know them a little. I first made his acquaintance in the early 1960s. I first made his acquaintance. Acquainted. If you are acquainted with something, you know about it because you have learned it or experienced it. He was well acquainted with the literature of France, Germany, and Holland. If you are acquainted with someone, you have met and you know them. You can also say that two people are acquainted. No one personally acquainted with the couple was permitted to talk to the press. It's true we were acquainted, but no more than that. If you get or become acquainted with someone that you do not know, you talk to each other or do something together so that you get to know each other. You can also say that two people get or become acquainted. The meetings were a way to get acquainted with each other. Acquiesce. If you acquiesce in something, you agree to do what someone wants or to accept what they do. Steve seemed to acquiesce in the decision. Steve seemed to acquiesce in the decision. When her mother suggested that she stay, Alice willingly acquiesced. Well, it's basically agree. Acquiesce in something, you agree to do what someone wants you to or accept what they do. Acquiesce. Okay. Acquiescence. Oh, acquiescence is argument to do what someone wants or acceptance of what they do, even though you do not agree with it. Acquiescence is agreement to do what someone wants or acceptance of what they do, even though you do not agree with it. Acquiescence. Oh, that's such an interesting word. Acquiescent. Dider smiled her acquiescence. Kind of agreement in spite. Oh, basically uneasy agreement. Acquiescent. Someone who is acquiescent is ready to agree to do what someone wants or to accept what they do. Perhaps you are too acquiescent. Such a cool word. Acquire. If you acquire something, you buy or obtain it for yourself or someone gives it to you. He yesterday revealed he had acquired a 2.98% stake in the company. I recently acquired some wood from a holy tree. If you acquire something such as a skill or habit, you'll learn it or develop it through your daily life or experience. I've never acquired a taste for spicy food. If someone or something acquires a certain reputation, they start to have that reputation. Acquires. He has acquired a reputation as this country's premier solo violinist. If you describe something as an acquired taste, you mean that a lot of people do not like it when they first experience it, but often start to like it more when they get to know it better. Acquired taste. Oh, okay. Broad beans are very much an acquired taste. Interesting. acquired taste. What a cool word connection. It's an acquired taste. It's an acquired taste. Acquire. Get. I'm getting a bike for my birthday. Receive. They will receive the awards at a ceremony in Stockholm. Obtain. Evans was trying to obtain a false passport and other documents. Acquired immune deficiency syndrome. AIDS. Acquired immune deficiency syndrome is the same as AIDS. Acquirer. Acquire. Acquirer. 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 In business, an acquirer is a company or person who buys another company. Acquisition. 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 The company or business person makes an acquisition. They buy another company or part of a company. The acquisition of a profitable paper recycling company. If you make an acquisition, you buy or obtain something, often to add to things that you already have. The president's recent acquisition of a helicopter. The acquisition of a skill or a particular type of knowledge is the process of learning it, or developing it. Language acquisition. If you describe a person or organization as acquisitive, you do not approve of them because you think they are too concerned with getting new possessions. Acquisitive. We live in an acquisitive society. Acquit. If someone is acquitted of a crime in a court of law, they are formally declared not to have committed the crime. Mr. Ling was acquitted of disorderly behavior by magistrates. If you acquit yourself well or admirably in a particular situation, other people feel that you have behaved well or admirably. Most officers are men, and men acquitted themselves well throughout the action. Alright, that's it for today. If you just stumbled across this, I'm recording it because I practice my vocabulary and pronunciation, and I record it publicly because it keeps me more accountable. So if you watched it, thanks for watching. If you didn't, then you didn't.